Okay, here we go. Quick lesson today. Estimating all operations. So when we talk about estimating, what I mean is get an approximate answer by rounding the numbers in a problem to easier numbers. So we're going to get an approximate answer by rounding first. Round first. Never do the whole problem and then round your answer. Round first. That makes the problem easier. We do this when we don't need an exact answer or when we're checking an answer to see if it made sense. So we just want to see if it's close. So here are the steps. Round each number in the problem so they're easier to work with. Often we're going to round to the nearest whole number. After you round the numbers so that they're easy to work with, then just perform the operation with those rounded numbers. Okay? So let's do 3 examples and then do your classroom example. So 20.22 plus 40.76. Let's round this to the nearest whole number. So whole number, the 0 is the first whole number because it's in the ones place. So rounding to the nearest whole number is the same as rounding to the nearest 1. To round there, I look to the digit to the right. You're going to have to remember this from previous classes. If the number to the right is 5 or more, I'm going to round 0 up. Otherwise, it's going to stay at 0. Okay? So the 2 is smaller than 5, so this is going to round to 20. 20.22, I knew that it was in between 20 and 21. It's just closer to 20 because the 2 isn't halfway to the next number. Okay, so now let's round our other number, 40.76. There's the nearest whole number, so the number to the right is bigger, so we're going to round up to 41. We've rounded these both to the nearest whole number. Now we can add those up. That's easy to do in your head. The answer would be 61. That's the purpose of rounding. Remember, round first. Okay, so multiplication, 5.5 times 20.2. Let's round it to the nearest whole number again. So I'm going to look to the digit to the right of the ones place. It's a 5, so that means I round up to 6. Now I'm rounding 20.2 to the nearest whole number, and that's going to be 20 because the number to the right is less than 5. So it's 6 times 20, which equals 120. Now you don't always have to round to the nearest whole number. The purpose of rounding is to make a problem easy to do, like so easy that you could do it in your head. Most of the problems that you're going to do in your lesson on 10 marks are going to require you to round to the nearest whole number, which is why I'm doing that now. Okay. For instance, if I would have done this problem here on my own, I would have rounded them both to the nearest 10. 20.22 is close to 20. 40.76 is close to 40. So that answer is close to 60. I would have made an estimate of 60. 61 is a little closer, but sometimes it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's move on to the last example. 514.62 divided by 4.5. We'll round these to the nearest whole number again. So there's the ones place. The number to the right is bigger, so it's going to round up to 515. Here, the number to the right is big, so I'm going to round it up to 5. So I've got 515 divided by 5. Okay, I can do that in my head. If you can't, you may need to set it up. 515 divided by 5. That is 515, not 575. So 5 goes into 5 once. Subtract. Bring down the 1. 5 goes into 1 no times. Bring down the 5, and 5 goes into 15 3 times. So my answer would be 103. So the estimate is 103. Okay, do your classroom example, and then be ready to move on to the next station.